Well, it's the next morning now, and I've been just meandering around, and I seem to have come across a couple interesting finds. I'm in the clouds right now, as you can see. It's kind of foggy around here, but yeah, just over here I spotted some epidote. See if I could show you. Just in one of these pegmatites. They're actually pretty decent sized crystals. Like that one there, it's probably an inch long, or somewhere close to that. And there's another crystal there, and another one there. Hopefully you can see that. But yeah, they're all along this kind of flat pegmatite here. And all the rest I'm not really seeing too much in, but it's kind of just all through here. You can see some more epidote there. Seen a couple nice big ones over here too. You can see the size of that one. It's a pretty nice size epidote crystal. And I've also been seeing some larger biotite in some of these pegmatites, so that's a good sign. And there's a pegmatite down here that's pretty coarse grained, so I might have to take a sample out of it and see what the feldspar is doing. You can see right here, that's a pretty big feldspar crystal, and then some quartz there. So yeah, the crystals seem to be quite a decent size in this section of pegmatite, and I think it continues on over there, so I'll have to check that stuff out too. But yeah, it's just insane how many pegmatites there are up here to check out. There's definitely lots of potential, but it's really hard to see anything from the outside, just with how weathered they are. So you kind of have to take some chip samples and see if you could expose some unoxidized material. Well, that doesn't happen too often. That epidote crystal just popped right out of the pegmatite. It's not too glossy because it's kind of been exposed for a while, but it's still a pretty cool find. Pretty happy with that. You can see the impression right there where it popped right out of. So that's pretty cool. Usually epidote crystals are pretty crumbly, so you don't get them to pop out like that often. So I did a little bit of chiseling and I was able to get that big epidote crystal out that was right here. And I also found a couple just on the surface. Seems like they weathered right out, which is kind of nice. There's that first one that I found. And then this is that big crystal that was kind of poking out of the pegmatite. The back of it kind of crumbled a little bit, but it's still a pretty nice crystal in matrix. And then this little piece has a little epidote crystal right there. So yeah, I think that's a good enough sample for the epidote for this area anyways. I still might be able to find better, but I just thought I'd take a sample from here. And now I'm gonna see if I could take a sample from that pegmatite where I found the large grained feldspars and quartz. So I removed a couple chip samples. You can see I took a fairly big sized chunk out of there, and the material isn't really terribly gemmy in most places. Like, there's small sections where it can be a little bit gemmy, but it's definitely too much work to bother trying to pull it out. But I did find a couple with schiller, so I'm still in the right area. It's just not saturated enough with hematite and the feldspars there. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna clean up here and move on. I might also check out that section just in case. So I think I'm going to try sampling this section here. I'm seeing a little bit of moonstone. Right here, there's like a nice crystal of feldspar there with some adulorescence. And then down here, I've seen a pretty nice looking chunk of sunstone. Not massive or anything, but definitely has some schiller in it. You can see the orange color in there. That's mostly from hematite. A little bit of it is because of it being potassium feldspar, but the hematite tends to turn it really orange. So yeah, there is some sunstone in this pegmatite. It just takes a lot of work to remove this pegmatite material. It's really hard stuff, so you kind of just want to find something that's worth it to do by hand anyways. Like, if this stuff was already loose, I would definitely be going through it and stuff, but it's just way too hard to chisel out. Well, I've broken this section apart a bit and didn't really see much. I popped that section with the moonstone looking bit out, but it is a nice big gemmy section of feldspar, but it just doesn't have the right effect going on with it. Like, there's a little bit of adulorescence on the outside, but on the inside it just looks clear, which is interesting. But yeah, I also popped out that little section of sunstone down there, but it was just a small little chip. It didn't go very deep at all. I think I'm gonna change tactics. I'm just gonna start hiking, and when I find something that looks really nice on the outside, I'll probably stick there. And yeah, because most of these don't really look too great. Like, you could see small sections that look alright, but just nothing amazing. So I'm gonna see if I could find a vein that just looks really, really promising. Insane amount of black flies right now. It's just thick with them. Well, I think this here is the best section of pegmatite that I've seen on this mountain so far. This little piece here really intrigues me. It's like a really dark piece of feldspar, and it seems to be really gemmy. There's all these other gemmy pieces right above it too. And some of them have schiller, which is a good sign. And you can see it's just really dark sections here, which is what you want to look for when you're looking for gemmy pieces of feldspar. But I don't really see much adulorescence, so they might not be moonstones or anything, but hopefully there'll be at least a few hematite inclusions inside these, so that when I cut them I could show off a bit of schiller. Because, like, if they're just gemmy pieces of feldspar, they're not really worth too much, but as soon as they get inclusions or different types of light play, then they're actually worthwhile cutting, at least. So yeah, I guess I'll pull my chisel out and try and peel off some layers here, and hopefully uncover some nice gemmy material that I could pull off this mountain. So at least I won't be skunked. I'll have some material to play with when I get home. But yeah, that one's looking really nice. Well, that vein seems really promising, but just looking at the stuff that's come out of it, like, some of it has a little bit of adulorescence. This one's probably the best one that I found with the adulorescence of the moonstone. Also has a little bit of zoning, which is kind of cool, but I've found better at that one of those boulder fields that I checked out the last time I was here. And even in the gemmy, really, really gemmy pieces, there's like hardly any, this one has mostly adulorescence because it's just along that plane, but none of it really has any schiller, which is interesting. Like, it's really gemmy stuff, so I would have thought for sure this stuff would be like prime for some good hematite inclusions, but I guess there's just not enough hematite up here. It's kind of strange, but it's kind of the way it goes sometimes. And it's pretty hard to break out of this pegmatite with just hammer and chisel. It's probably best to use like a feather and wedge type system. But I collected up some samples and I'll see if I could get anything out of these. This piece has a fairly nice gemmy section, so I might be able to get something out of it. But yeah, I think I'm gonna pack these, or at least a few of these up, and then take a bit more of a look around. Well, the clouds are finally starting to lift. You can see just the bottoms of the mountains now. And yeah, I just decided to stop for a lunch break. Brought a little grapefruit with me. It's kind of a nice change from the beef jerky and rice cakes that I brought. I don't really know what to bring for these kinds of trips because I kind of got some food allergies and that kind of stuff, so it's kind of hard to eat normal camping food. So yeah, but this is pretty good. I think once the clouds lift a little bit more, I might head to the summit of the mountain. It's just right here behind me. Hopefully you could, you can't see it from here, but yeah, that'd be kind of fun. So yeah, I'll finish this and I guess I'll head on up there and see what that's all about. Maybe we'll see some cool stuff in the pegmatites too. This is mainly why I wanted to come up here. There's a big channel that comes in here. I wanted to see if I could see it, but it looks like it's kind of hidden by mountains. There's the end of it, way over there behind that logging road, just in there. But yeah, they built a whole bunch of new logging roads back here, so I think I'm gonna have to come back and explore those one of these days. Lots of little lakes back there that are now accessible, which is kind of cool. But yeah, I think I'm gonna see if I can make my way up to the peak, right up through here. Still looking a bit foggy up there. Hopefully it's not gonna stick around too much. Seems like most of the clouds are coming from this side. So yeah, I don't know what's going on there. On this side it looks fairly clear, but the other side can't see anything. So yeah, I guess we'll get up to the top and hopefully the sun will burn some of these clouds off. There's the summit right there, just about up there. Whew. Still a bit of clouds on this side, but you can see more of that side, which is nice. These ones should burn off soon, I think. Whew. Right at the tippy top, you can see, I think that's the channel that I was talking about down there. I guess technically it could be called a fjord or something like that. Well, there is quite the view from up here. It's about the same as below actually, if I'm being honest, but I just wanted to see what it looked like from up here. It's nice to see these mountains though. It's crazy how tall they are. This one's kind of close, but yeah, just a big stack of mountains. Still a bit of clouds on this side, but yeah, there's a couple lakes down there I think, and other than that I don't think there's too much. You could just see the ocean peeking out there. But yeah, this is the first mountain that I've actually summited to the very, very peak. It was quite the battle coming up here with all these black flies, but I'm glad I made it. Yeah, it's definitely worth it. I was kind of hoping that there would be like a little logbook or something up here to sign, but it doesn't seem like there is. Sometimes at the tops of these mountains there will be a little container with a logbook, but it doesn't seem like it on this one. Seems like the clouds are starting to come in, so I think I'm gonna have to head back down again. See, all the jets are coming out now that it's clearing up. But yeah. Well, I think that's gonna do it for me today. I'm pretty tired, and I think I'm gonna head to the tent and grab some food and head to bed. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, feel free to comment, like, and subscribe. It would really help me out. And I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.